It's time for the type of energy only Darren McCarty and Neil Rule can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D!
Right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neil Rule. Matt Broder from Wake Up Woodward.
Don't adjust your TV sets.
Absolutely. KG, what's good?
What's good is we got Broder on the desk versus Neil finally.
There is no...
It's a versus element to it. Let's not kid ourselves.
Nobody in the chat. Broder versus Neil, the real UFC event. Right. Neil takeover.
Right.
No,
don't do that now. Don't switch up now.
No. Young Justin, what's up? Got the Tulane hoodie on. I like it.
Yeah, roll wave.
Shout out Sean King.
Yeah, shout out Tajay Spears. Screw USC, screw Caleb Williams. Own them in the bowl game.
They did.
So
100%. Power Neck in the building for Spendmo Racks. What's good, Power Neck?
Yes, sir. Good to be here, man. Big D Energy. Not too much, man. Just got done with my morning workout. So
of course he did.
Looks like Power Neck was down at training camp. Like he already had the pads on today.
Not quite. Not quite.
You look like you're going through it physically a little bit right now.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
All right. I could tell. I know that. No, but happy to have you all with us. Jump into that chat and get your thoughts out there. So number one, Broder here today, and this has been in the making. Broder, welcome.
Hey, thank you for having me. This is the first show I ever hosted was with you on Big D about a year ago.
Okay.
All right.
No, but Broder's here, and this has been a little bit in the making. And the reason we wanted to do this is because Tigers trade deadline, MLB trade deadline, tomorrow. Broder, for those that don't know, former Division I college pitcher, a Michigan man.
Go Blue.
Go Blue, pitched for the Michigan Wolverines, struck out George Springer.
He acted different.
All facts.
Different. Talk about Go Blue. You
strike out looking.
Strike out looking. Punch him out. Punch him out. There you go. So he's like our resident baseball guy here. We have differing views on the Tigers. Is that fair?
To say the least. Well,
actually, I think one part of the Tigers. Sorry, go ahead, KG. My bad.
No, I think y'all ideals are pretty in line, though.
I actually do think we're pretty close, except for bunting. Yeah. Except for some other minor things.
You are on some dumb shit. Like that is true. That is true.
I disagree on the bunting topic. Gotta get lower here.
Just a fan wants to know. Yeah. Get low.
There we go.
Yin Yang twins, KG.
Right.
Get low.
Get low.
You forget people forget about the Yin Yang twins. And I don't know why they do.
Hey, the real people never forget about the Yin Yang twins.
They would never forget.
Legends.
That is true. You know what? Since somebody asked in the chat, you guys instantly took to Twitter and started, blowing me up with tweets on Saturday.
You know he back.
he's back.
I was told El Mago is back. And Just a Fan in the chat. Jump into there and I'll get your thoughts out there. Just a Fan says, El Mago is back. I'm asking for a friend. So I thought I would bring you up to date.
Javi Watch. Off a heater, boy. 3 home runs in 3 games. He on the heater.
Okay, which, I'll take you all at your word. All of you.
Whoa. Don't put me in that group.
People.
Don't put me in that group.
What are you trying to say? What's he trying to say, KG?
I have
Don't
no
put him
idea.
in what group?
I have no idea. The man speaks for himself.
All right. No, but anyway, though. So I figured because of what, you guys just talked about in the chat and what people told me on Twitter, so I looked it up. Wonder how Javi's doing for the month of July. Oh, boy. So I took a look because he's on the heater, right? Like this is, quote, this is why you go get Javi, I was told. So I looked for July. Hitting 159, 10 strikeouts, no multi-hit games.
120 mil right there, baby.
Yeah.
You never bring up the ribbies, though.
Well, just the same way you never bring up the 159 and the no multi-hit games. I can play this game too.
We'll talk about
which
the
a lot
ribbies.
of people around this town play this game. We're going to get to that coming up at 11:14, by the way. A lot of people in the sports media in this town play that selective game too.
Okay.
We got some receipts and we're going to talk about it.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, Brad Holmes, I see you.
We are. But anyway, so in fact, no. He is not back. Matthew Kruger, because Neil hates the Tigers and Broder is Mr. Tiger. Do I hate the Tigers?
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
You're just passionate.
They are the team I probably put the most time to, dollar for dollar, hour for hour. And it's probably the team that you guys put the most time into, if we're being real about it.
You watch it every night or every time a game's on, you're in the car?
In some form or fashion, I'm involved every night. Be it on the radio in the car, be it watching on TV at home, be it if I'm out of town somewhere, the score updates on my phone. As soon as they go off, I'm taking a look. Even if I'm doing TV on CBS Sports Network and I get an alert and we go to commercial,
you're looking at
I'm going to peep it real quick and just take a look and see where they're at and say, oh, wow, they got one hit again today.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it.
Haley Ober.
Alan W., y'all woke the demon up. It's Javi season now. 159 in July, no multi-hit games in the, quote, greatest month he's had as a Tiger.
Hey, he bring him to the ballpark, Neil. What you talking about, man?
So how serious do you think, whether it's your chat or the fans, like, are they serious about Javi? Like,
no.
Javi's back, or is this
there
part
is
of the
element.
bit?
There is an element.
There's something.
Yeah. Because it can't. It's a great bit. I know it's a great bit. I enjoy it.
Oh, yeah.
It's fun. Yeah. It is fun. But there are some that, like this right here, the away fan. Neil, I can die happy. I got to see your boy El Mago hit a home run right in front of me. Great Saturday. The baby got on the Jumbotron. A good time was had. Oh, by the way, away fan, they lost that series. They got one hit yesterday. One hit.
And that's a serious Tarek Skubal pitch, too, just as a reminder to some people out there.
Power neck. See, like Power neck, you're having fun with it. The is Javi back? Sure, I'll click yes, whatever. No, but you know what? He is back.
He's back on the Major League roster and not performing.
No, he's back to normal. Like, he's hitting 159 for the month of July.
Yeah. We even saw Torque run into a couple yesterday. Like,
Torque
that's what can happen in one baseball game. You can run into one.
Back. He's on a heater. He's on a heater, baby.
It's these guys, they're fighting for their jobs, or they're fighting to end up in the best landing spot. We know Javi has no chance of moving. But it's not impossible to be a bit if he wasn't so bad. Like, you couldn't do this to an average player, but he's been that bad. It's fun to watch 3 home runs. Yeah, but Javi's back? No. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
No, but Broder is here today, and we're gonna get it. We're gonna do a Tigers heavy episode, and the reason why is this. And yes, I know Taylor Decker signed an extension, and I know that news broke today. But through all of that, here's the reason we're doing this today. A, I'm leaving for vacation tomorrow. That's the main reason.
Damn right.
But B, we're gonna do this, and then after Flaherty gets traded, if they trade Skubal, we're gonna talk about all that kind of stuff. After Flaherty gets traded and the season continues tomorrow, we put them in a cannon and shoot the Tiger season out into space.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Never to be talked about again except when it's over.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's kind of like a wake for the Tiger season because the season is over.
Yeah.
That is the one thing I will get worked up about. The crowd, and there are people in this town that are in this line of work that continue to tell you that the season is not over, that intimate that, start the push, continue, build around Flaherty, build around Skubal now, and keep the push going. The core who is not playing tonight, will not play tomorrow, will not play the game. Like, we got to have the serious discussion going into the trade deadline. And Broder, like, look, we are closer than people think we are about it.
Oh, yeah.
Our difference is probably philosophical in what the organization should do.
Maybe. I have a feeling we're going to be closer than you think on that, because you got to think long-term. Philosophically, we got to think long-term and be honest with ourselves. Where are they at right now, and what are they trying to turn into? What are they trying to become? And it's a road. I mean, it's going to take some time, and that's just what we see from how Scott Harris operates, just in his job. I'm not saying he does a good or a bad job. I think he's done a better job than people give him credit for, but also the track record of Tigers ownership. We got to look at everything to understand not only what their strategy is at this deadline, but what their strategy is to go and get a World Series. What is that timeline, or what are they thinking? Forget the timeline word. What are they thinking?
Right, and you guys know because I touched on this last week, like as far as they sit right now, and we'll get into this, as far as they sit, there are way more questions than answers. And look, Woodward Sports chat thread. Did Neil just confidently say that they're going to trade Flaherty? Yes, I did just confidently say that.
Yeah.
Because why would you keep him?
That's happening.
They have to.
That is happening.
Give it to me. All right, in the chat, and I forget who it was that just said that one, so my apologies to you. But what would be the reason you would keep him? For what?
Yeah.
He is a free agent. I don't understand. I don't understand this. So help me. Explain to me why you would keep him. Give me the reasons. Because I know what you are with the Cy Young winner on your team. You know what you are.
There's only one, and it's not even a valid reason. It's because they're so depleted right now at the Major League and AAA level that you have no pitchers.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
If it's over, it's over.
I'm with you on that. Playing devil's advocate, you got nobody if you trade him. If you trade Skubal and him, you really got nobody. That's the only reason to keep him, and that's a dumb reason to keep him because that doesn't do anything for your organization now or in the future.
So, all right, we're going to get into it. Steve, Javi was our best offensive player this weekend. See, I would have thought it was Matt Vierling because he's the only one that could get a hit yesterday.
For real.
Like that, our best offensive player this weekend in a series you lost, in a game where you had one hit. And there's 35,000 people Saturday out there.
Beautiful.
Which, I'm not one of these people, dude. Go do your weekend. Like, if that's what you like and you want to go and have the daiquiris and stuff like that, cool, man. I do it too. Live your best life. But this, Skubal won, and here we are, and I'm. Can somebody help me with this, please? Can somebody help me with it? Tell them about Dispo and let's ride.
Yeah, how would you like $10 of free products from Dispo Dispensary? Screenshot this image with the QR code above my head and bring it into any Dispo location. You'll get a free $10 to spend in-store with a minimum purchase of $25. Visit Dispo Dispensary today or DispoShops.com. Again, DispoShops.com. That's Dispo Dispensary, your local cannabis plug.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports.
The Allied Challenge presented by McLaren is back August 22nd through 25th at Warwick Hills and Grand Blanc. Be there for PGA Tour Champions Golf, Family Night, concerts, and more. Tickets start at just $15. Get yours at AlliedChallenge.com today.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola, really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out PremierPetSupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody!
Thank you to the Detroit Lions and Sheila Ham for the best season in Lions history. Now it's time to let Brad Holmes cook. Woodward Sports. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, Who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody!
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week, walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, Matt Broder in for D-Mac. We have KG, Young Justin, Power Neck in the building. All of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread as well. Jump into there. Get your thoughts out there. And he has it in the chat poll right now, does Power Neck. Should we trade Scooble and Flaherty? 57% of you say no, which means 43% of you say yes. And I'm intrigued by that. I thought that was going to be 75-25. No.
Yeah.
People are coming around to some degree. They're coming around. What do you make of that, Broder?
It's surprising too. It's surprising in a not a good way, but like a realistic. More people than I thought understand the bigger picture.
Yeah.
But then, as we were looking in break, there's still the trade torques. You know, just include Javi Baez in the trade with Scooble. They'll take them.
And whatever. Woodward Sports chat thread. Matt Kruger. What are you going on vacation every month? Didn't you just go down to South Florida last month, Neil? Yeah, Matt. I went down there to work for CBS. Is that okay, Matt? Do I have to run my work plans by you, Matt?
Matt.
Do you know what's in my contract, Matt?
Matt.
Is it okay if I go on vacation, Matt? Can I go with my family for a week, Matt? Is that okay? I travel 40 weekends a year, Matt. Is it all right if I go with my family one time? Is that okay, Matt? I'll have my agent contact you, Matt. We'll get it all figured out, all right, Matt? Cool. Steve, once they trade everyone, Javi's going to put the team on his back and bring us to the World Series. See, Steve's fun. He is absolutely fun, though. I do like it. But yeah, we are going to get into the line stuff coming up in the second hour of the show. But I do want to I want to have the wake for the Tiger season. Alan W. Neil, if we got the Holiday and Mayo Hall for Scooble, you wouldn't want to re-sign Flaherty. He's way cheaper than Scooble. All right, Broder, I'm going to take the stage for a second here.
Please.
Okay? Because I see this growing sentiment of people. And look, Alan W. in a vacuum, I'm with you. But see, here's the deal. The Tigers sit right now on the season at 52 and 55. 3 games under 500 with the Cy Young winner. No doubt Cy Young winner on their team. And I keep hearing people talk about, well, you need to build around this and build around that. This is what they are right now. And what I'm struggling with is the disconnect. And look, I get it. If you're a fan and you parachute in and out and you see Javi hit a home run and everything, you get excited. Cool, man. I'm not going to rain on the parade for that. But when you have media in this town, like, I don't know, like, people like Mark Ryan that are over at 97.1 that jump on social media and talk about you don't trade Scooble, you don't trade Flaherty. When, look, Mark, because he says the bust rate on these prospects is almost 70%. Well, you know what, Mark? The playoff chances for this Tigers team are right now 9-1 to make the playoffs. They're not making the playoffs. So guess what? When you have an expiring contract, Mark, and everybody like him, you deal the contract. They're not going to the playoffs, Mark. They're not going. So what do? Get assets. Because here's the questions that we have for this team right now. Who's the shortstop? I don't know. Who's the third baseman? I don't know. Who's the center fielder? I don't know who it would be. Who's the right fielder? I don't know. You see what I'm saying here, guys? You got to move assets and get answers to these questions. You can't just talk about showing up on Saturday to see Skubal pitch, have a daiquiri, and keep it moving, and you're 3 games under 500 and no shot. They're 9-1 to make the playoffs. It's over. What is with this false hope that this season, somehow miraculously, they're going to pass 5 or 6 teams? These are people in media in this town that are propagating that. So either you're pandering to people or you don't believe what you say. It's one of the two. The one thing that you always know when we're on this microphone here, I believe every word I'm saying. I'm not going to sit here and lie to people about it, man. They're 9-1 to make the playoffs. It's over. And if it's as sweet as you say it is, right? If Flaherty's as sweet as you say it is, and how he loves the organization, and the Tigers love him, then, Mark, you could just go sign him in free agency. Right? Is there a law against that? There's no law against that, guys. You need to make moves, fill holes. Who's the opening day shortstop next year, Matt?
It better not be McKinstry. I mean, right now it's Javi Baez.
Right.
How's
that working out? He's hitting 159 in July when I was told it's the greatest month of his life. No multi-hit games. Who's a third baseman next year? As we sit right now, who plays third?
Nobody. Not Jace Young.
Really? Why not? That's what I was told.
He can't play defense.
Okay, well, let's talk about the core. The core that everybody loves. Where's Kerry Carpenter?
Injured.
Lumbar fracture, injured. Where's Torkelson? Oh, he had 7 RBIs in AAA yesterday. I know that. All right? And look, probably the most blue chip of them all, Riley Green. He's out right now. Again. You see, and I'm not bagging on Riley Green. And I'm not even bagging on Jace Young. I don't know what Jace Young is.
We don't know.
But you don't either. That's my point. You need all the assets you can get on this team to fix this team. I'm sorry, man. I live in reality. I don't come on here and talk about, well, the bust rate on prospects is 69%. Yeah, well, the bust rate on this season is 90%. They're not making the playoffs. They're 9-1 to make it. It's over. So we need to reshift the focus. So, Broder, I give you the floor, right? We butt heads about the Tigers all the time. Your response to that?
You have to get anything you can from the players that are tradable on your major league team right now. That includes Flaherty, Canna, Urshela, and anyone on a 1 or even a 2-year contract. You ship out at this deadline for a team that is willing to overpay for guys that you have on a 1-year contract aren't coming back anyway. And that also means you consider, you listen and consider a historic trade for Tarik Skubal. Nobody wants to trade Tarik Skubal, but when you look at the long-term picture, you just said it, there are so many question marks on this major league team. They're not getting answered with the Toledo Mud Hens. No one on that roster. Jace Young is on that roster. He should. Dylan Dingler's already up in the big leagues. Jace Young will be up. But they have so many needs, so many holes, that if you have the opportunity to transform your organization and a franchise-altering trade due to how good Tarik Skubal is at this very moment and all the things that we'll probably get into about the Orioles, you have to consider it, because whatever stats people want to post about prospects bust rate, those prospects are not Jackson Holliday, Kobe Mayo, and Samuel Basillo. And you could probably put all of the top 15 prospects on the Orioles' top 30 into that category, because the Orioles are different. It's a very unique situation to have on the table right now, specifically because of the Orioles. And to me, you're not making a trade without Jackson Holliday involved. You're hanging up and you talk off season.
And look, this was something that I talked about too. And the more national media guys I hear talking about, like the heavy
John
hitters.
Smoltz.
Yeah, John Paul Morosi, all the big baseball hitters are talking about, which is starting to tell me that it might happen.
Yeah.
It might happen, it might not. But I'm with you too. And this is to the Matts of the world out here. You don't trade your best players for guys. They need 5 years to develop. Case closed. What's so hard to understand about that? Matt, if they do the Jackson Holiday Mayo thing, guess who your shortstop is next opening day? Not 5 years from now. No, because you want to tell me about the Max Clarks and stuff like that. That is 5 years out. I'm telling you, you make a deal like these are the moves you have to do to strengthen an organization. What if they didn't have Tarek Skubal this year?
Oh, we're in a way worse place than Chicago White Sox right now, who are completely selling off.
Right, 100%. Like that's my point here, guys. And look, I'm not saying you do the deal for the sake of doing the deal, but I'm saying you call the Orioles right now, who, by the way, are 7-12 in their last 19 games. They are. They're circling the drain right now a little bit as it stands.
Yeah.
And say this. Prospects are cool for you guys right now, whatever. You give me my shortstop and my third baseman long term, because I get to do this too. If you guys get to do this with the Max Clarks and the Torque every opening day and the Kerry Carpenters, then I get to do it too. I get my shortstop and my third baseman for the next decade in this deal. Like, let's cut this shit with this, man. These are the stakes involved. That's why today and tomorrow are the two biggest days in Tigers franchise in the last decade. They just are, you guys. And I know Saturday was fun, and we got the daiquiris and DNC ENT, but it's fun on Saturday night, Neil. No, I saw that DNC ENT. Yeah, you know what else is fun? Winning. Not being minus 1,500 to not make the playoffs. That's fun. I don't get, what don't people understand? The Mats of the world. The prospects are going to take 5 years to develop. I'm giving you a deal that gets you your shortstop and your third baseman when you don't have one anywhere. Why can't we talk real about this team? Why?
I don't know. You make complete sense to me. And those prospects who, I don't even want to use the word prospects because they're major leaguers right now. They're just blocked by superstars at the major league level. You know, that's the thing with the Orioles. I don't understand it, but I'm with you. And the Tigers have all the power right now. Like, they don't have to trade Tarek Skubal right now because although his value will go down a little bit in the offseason, you can then open up the conversation to every major league team and start talking about major leaguers in the return package. But when you talk about this Tigers team, how they operate, how Scott Harris operates, and how Chris Illich ownership operates, you get, like you said, you get the left side of your infield for the next 10 years, 6 of which they're under team control for pennies. For pennies. That sounds like what the Tigers are trying to do anyway. It's a perfect scenario. Perfect.
If you're going to be the Rays, then be the Rays all the way. That's it. Woodward Sports chat thread, jump into there and get your thoughts out there. PowerNeck put out the poll right now. If Jackson Holiday's not available, would you still trade Skubal? That is my non-negotiable.
Yeah.
That is my non-negotiable. Because one of the most important positions in sports, we have Javi Baez there for the next 2 years. No question. Next 3 years. Unquestioned. It's not good enough. It's not acceptable. You're not a serious organization, and you can't win. And I bring that up because he's had the greatest run in his career as a Tiger, and he's hitting 159 for the month with no multi-hit games still. It's time to answer these questions, everybody.
Jackson Holiday is the reason you do a trade at the deadline because you use the deadline and the pressure, the leverage that you have with other teams coming.
Hold on, Matt, we have Gio Urshela. What are you talking about? For 2 more months, unless you trade him tonight.
Which he should be.
Matt, are you okay, bro? Like, for real? Are you all right? Do you need to see somebody? Are things okay at home? I hope everything's okay in your life, Matt.
I know it's different, the Soto trade, and if we were potentially trade Skubal, but the fact that the Nationals got MLB-ready prospects and already seeing the fruits of their labor from that trade, they have a better record this year, winning percentage-wise, than they did last year with Juan Soto. Like, this is the type of move that you can turn around your organization with and not be in a rudderless ship. Like, we could go from being meddling with not a complete lineup to actually having an MLB caliber lineup just next year by moving for MLB ready prospects.
Woodward Sports chat thread, JRotax 583. I haven't seen you in here before. Appreciate you tapping into the show, by the way. Tigers won't be able to afford Skubal, boys. And look, that's a concern I have.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you guys right now. That's a concern I have.
It's legitimate.
Because
you have a cheap owner.
Like, this is, Broder, these are the questions.
You want to dive into this?
Yes, I do. Because when we come back from the break, I do want to get into this. And guys, I'm telling you, look, I know the Lions are on pads today. We're going to get there. I know Taylor Decker signed an extension. We're going to get there. I know Brad Holmes said that Aleem McNeil is probably coming up pretty soon, that he might be next. We're going to get there. But guys, this is the last day of the year we get to talk Tigers baseball, because the trade deadline's coming tomorrow and it's closing time. Because that's what it is. Because how is this team going to get better if they don't do anything? And you got people in this town, no, you keep everything. Everything's fine the way it is. That doesn't feel fine, does it? Now, where are we at here?
You talking about that show in the morning at 8 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Wake Up Woodward.
Hey.
Yeah, that guy right there. Hey. Wake Up Woodward, 8 to 10 a.m. right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Kool-Aid Flannel Sam, some guy named Matt Broder, never heard of him. Wonder how things are going for him. I'm sure everything's great. JB Smoove, the legend, he's on there, ROKG, 8 to 10 a.m. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. Make no mistake. Whatever metric you want to use. Detroit's #1 sports network. Stack it up. Go anywhere digital. Look around. Detroit's #1 sports network. Woodward Sports.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody!
So just to get the heated steering wheel, I also had the spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time.
Hey, new car crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine.
How?
I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar?
How?
Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at randywisechevy.com.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
That's right, Premier Pet. Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences of the online and big box retailers with one major difference. Family and locally owned and operated for 30 plus years. Over 60 brands of food with nutrition experts to help you. Same day local curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. Woof woof. www.premierpetsupply.com.
Well, if only DMX were still with us. That was a spokesman deal waiting to happen right there. Neil Rule, Matt Broder in for DMAC. We're talking some Tigers today. Tomorrow's a trade deadline. And then we launch the Tigers into space because they're 9-1 to make the playoffs. So it's essentially over. KG, we have young Justin in the house, Power Neck as well on the 1s and 2s, and all of you. People in the chat were talking about, yes, this is one of my favorite T-shirts.
It's crispy.
Yeah, the Vipers T-shirt.
That logo was slept on.
It
Amongst
was.
the Detroit logos, it's slept
Amongst
on.
all of them.
Yeah.
It's elite. They don't, you know what? I read a story not too long ago, like the business side of sports. They don't like to do logos like this anymore that have like a lot going on because the profit margins are larger when you print the hats and the shirts and all the gear and all that kind of stuff.
That makes sense.
It's cheaper to put that logo on than like the involved ones.
Yeah.
So, if you can make an extra, 2%.
Fanatics is doing that.
Fanatics is going to do it, no doubt.
Every corner they can cut.
Everyone's just going to have a cursive letter. Yeah, there it is. Everyone's just going to have a cursive letter of their first city name, and that's it.
Right.
That's going to be it. Woodward Sports chat thread. People, I'm stunned that the people are as divided as they are. I thought that I was going to be fighting upstream.
Agreed.
With all of this. Dad with Tourette says, Kerstad is MLB-ready outfielder. Colby Mayo, top 20 prospect, elite hitting right now. Bradfield, 22 years old with 50 steals and A-plus ball for Scooble and Foley. And look, Dad with Tourette's, the holiday thing is my line in the sand because they have to. And look, the reason for me, like people want to look at me like I'm the bad guy in all of it. The Tigers did this to themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Name an organization that doesn't have a shortstop in the system that didn't go to prom last May.
There aren't any.
That's the answer to the question.
There are none.
Name an organization that doesn't have a true third base prospect anywhere.
There are none.
Jace Young, and I'll save you typing it right now. Jace Young is never going to play third base in the majors. Rotor.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
Yeah, he may get a game here and there. He's not a long-term solution at third base.
So there you have that.
Yeah.
There you have that. Ryan's reaction. Let's talk hockey with Jesus. Let's not.
I already told them that's not
Let's
happening.
not.
They were asking about it, and I said, yeah, that's not happening today.
Not the day before the deadline and
Nope.
not the day of pads going
I
on
would
down in Allen
say
Park.
there's not going to be hockey anywhere in the forecast for at least a week.
Yeah.
It's not
At
even
least
going
a
to
week.
It's not.
We're
It's,
longer than that,
Maybe
Jesus.
a
We're
nickel
on this show.
Nickel package Friday, maybe.
Yeah. All right.
well,
Go ahead.
2 weeks because nickel package Friday and 2 weeks Red Wings nickel package. So,
All right, so
2
there you
weeks.
go. Okay, 2 weeks there will be. Okay. You guys have heard me talk about my little Tigers text thread I have with a couple of my buddies, one of which is an Al Avila loyalist. So take that with a grain of salt. But we've gone back.
Wait,
and
hold on.
forth.
How can you be an Al Avila loyalist?
Ask him. I don't know.
It's crazy.
I don't know.
Okay, sorry.
Anyway, he'll tell you, hey, Tarek Skubal. You like Tarek Skubal? You like Riley Green? Yeah, what about the other 400 draft picks he made?
Exactly.
But
And
anyway.
the horrible trades. But
He
on
got
to-
lucky with Scooble.
So anyway, they told me, he said, Neil, you've become what you sought to destroy. So next year at opening day, third base Mayo, shortstop Holiday, second base Young, starting pitcher Jackson Jobe. And he said, you don't get to hate on one rookie parlay, but beg for another. And here's the deal. If we do this, guys, there's no illusion like there was this year, where for another year I stood there on opening day and said, guys, we're getting real aggressive with these prospects that we know some about, that we're just penciling in. It's getting kind of aggressive here, and then it played out that way again. So that's A. B is I'm much more comfortable doing it when the prospects are based from the Orioles organization than the Tigers organization. Tell me about those great shortstops they've developed.
Jeez.
Tell me about them.
MVP frontrunner at what, 24, 25 right now? Gunnar Henderson? Disgusting.
That's the overriding point of all of this. The Tigers, and Al Avila in particular, didn't draft these guys. So that's one of the big angles of it to me. So yes. And the other thing with it is there's no illusions. We know what it is. And I'm cool. If you tell me, I'm cool with it. And I'm down to roll opening day. I'll be with Spenny. I'll crush some drinks and say, yeah, man, we'll do this season, and then we can ride out. Yeah. But I have an answer around the infield. For real. Say you keep Scooble. Say you keep him. So you have Scooble. You have Baez at short. And who do you have at third next year? Urshela's a free agent.
Yeah, he's a 1 year deal.
So who do you have?
McKinstry or Vierling, maybe platooning over there.
Who's playing the outfield? If you put Vierling there, who's playing the outfield?
Your point is being made perfect. There's nobody. Like this system is way more depleted, especially at the AAA level, than people think. Dylan Dangler is it. Jace Young is it. Jackson Jobe remembers in AA. I think he's got an incredibly bright future. Maybe we see him before the end of this year. Maybe we don't. We will see him next year. But they're going to ease him along. He's on a pitch routine. They're not going to just rush him because we don't have pitchers.
Yeah. And here's the other angle of it, too, with the Skubal thing. To do it with Holiday, to do it with Mayo, you're not getting prospects.
Yeah, thank you.
You're getting your opening day starters next year. And we go. And that's the way that it works.
100% of baseball GMs, executive scouts, 100% say Jackson Holiday is the next superstar in Major League Baseball. He's different. And that should be Jackson Chourio from the Brewers, who's number 2, but Jackson Holiday is that good.
And he's not even, he's getting blocked right now. People forget that. The age gap didn't line up to fit the Orioles window. That's why Gunnar Henderson, an MVP candidate, is starting at shortstop currently and not Jackson Holiday.
Not blocked like you're blocked in the Tigers organization. Remember that when they were well, how are we going to get this guy? He's blocked. We're not going to sign him back because he's blocked. We're not talking about the Tigers block. We're talking about legit players that are blocking their path.
An MVP candidate versus an unproven rookie. There is no reason why Jackson Holiday should be on the Orioles roster.
Steve Wild. Casey Mize will be an ace, Neil. I know. Zach, so why are you freaking out, Neil, if you know what they are? Because I know what they are. That's why I'm freaking out about it. DNC ENT, you don't know what a rookie parlay would give you when you know exactly what this lineup is going to give you. 7 games out of the playoff in July and back-to-back years.
Yeah.
9-1. You believe on it? You believe in it? Go to the sports books. You get 9-1 on the Tigers to make the playoff.
And Neil, I hate to go this direction and kind of throw my fellow pitchers under the bus, but a rookie parlay is just about the same as any pitcher parlay in Major League Baseball. The chances that Skubal just regresses over the course of a contract, the chances he gets hurt, he blows his arm out again, a shoulder, little injuries. I love Terry Skubal. I don't want to trade him, but if you keep him and build around him, that's not only not a guarantee either. It's so expensive, and you have to do it. You have to go for a World Series in the next 2 years if you keep him, which means you're spending $500 million on guys not named Tarek Skubal before you then have to pay him $400 million.
And you said that he has had arm surgery before, and
any pitcher,
most pitchers, usually recurs at some point in the career and pops up again. It is very commonplace for that to happen to pitchers in the MLB. So it can't be just completely overlook the fact that he could possibly be out for a year or two, and how hindering it would be to this roster if like you said, if you're trying to compete in the next 2 years.
Woodward Sports chat thread. And then there's Easy, who kind of puts this very eloquently and says, quote, Dylan Dingleberry at third base. So there's that. Shout out heavyweights 5-7. They'll be breaking down the trade deadline, I'm sure. Yeah. And Easy will be speaking, breaking down, quote, Dylan Dingleberry at third. Thank you. Easy, never change. Never change. That's great. Steve Wiles, trade Skubal, Flaherty, and everything else you can. Salty Pork Chops. Baltimore says you can't get both Holiday and Mayo. Do you make the trade if it's Holiday and say Basalo? Me personally, Salty Pork Chops, I probably would. Mm-hmm. But here's the deal. I don't know what's going through the mind of the owner right now, who is one of the top 10 wealthiest owners in all of Major League Baseball.
Crazy, right?
I don't know. How comfortable is he with signing Tarek Skubal long term?
That's little Chris.
This is as valuable as he's ever going to be here today.
Little Chris.
To trade.
Knocking over them garbage cans.
Come on. I guess if I don't want to hear it, maybe I shouldn't have said it.
Yeah.
I guess, right?
Shouldn't have gave it to me. I'll play it every time.
But that's where I am, but I'm not the GM on that one. I want these question marks answered long term.
Yeah.
Again, I won't understand it. You have no idea who your shortstop will be in 3 years. No idea who your third baseman will be in 3 years. No idea who your center fielder is in 3. No idea who you're right. You see what we're getting at here, guys? It is. And I'm not overselling it. I'm not somebody that works at the other network in town. I don't oversell things to you guys. These are legitimate questions that I don't have answers for.
Ignorance is bliss, Neil.
Yeah.
And they think it's going to work out somehow.
And Tigers fans are desperate. This is why you see so much support on the buy or stick with Terry Skubal bandwagon.
I'm desperate. We're all desperate.
Some people react differently.
It is the most important time in nearly a decade in this franchise's history, right?
Yeah.
The last decade of this franchise's history.
It's factual.
Today and tomorrow.
I think it might be ever. I mean, it may be in the history.
That's a little aggressive.
It's a little aggressive, but it's close.
But it's not crazy.
Thank you.
I'll say, playing devil's advocate, though, I'm just saying in September and October, you need starting pitching to win games. That's what wins you games when it comes to October. You need to have strong pitching, and having a guy like Terry Skubal come then. Now, you got to make the playoffs to start with, but I were to say if you were able to trade your pieces away, you kept Skubal, you traded away Flaherty, because I don't think the Orioles are going to give up Jackson Holiday, to be honest with you.
Okay.
If I'm them, I'm probably not going to give him up. I'm gonna play chicken with the Tigers and say, look, I'm gonna give you Colby Mayo and I'm gonna give you somebody else, probably give you another reliever. What are you gonna do?
Okay, and that's fine because I'm getting that in the chat as well, and I know that we're flying past the break here. The Laos Lion says, knowing that point, then tell me why Baltimore would do that. Because if you get Tarek Skubal, you win the World Series.
Absolutely.
If you don't, you're 7-12 in your last 19 games.
And they're favorites for the next 2 years to win the World Series the next 2 years.
You have 2 years team control.
This is the move that puts you over the top. And if you're not about it, then okay, cool. Have fun. Good luck. And by the way, your guy, Corbin Burns, he's in a walk year.
Mm-hmm.
How often have you gotten this chance, Baltimore Orioles, in the last 3 decades? How often?
Right.
We can play chicken. That's where it's on Scott Harris to stare the man down and call the Rays and re-Rays.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Do you want to win the World Series? And that's what I'll tell you. Do you want to win the World Series,
right.
GM Power Neck of the Baltimore
Orioles? The Yankees
Orioles?
And Dodgers, they just going to keep outspending you.
100%.
I don't think they will.
Go get it.
I don't think they're going to try to trade Skubal. I mean, the Orioles have been known as a cheap organization for forever.
Yeah, but they got new ownership. They got new ownership now.
It's different.
Like that story's changed a little bit. But if I look you in the eye over Zoom or over the phone, I say to you, if you do this trade, you win the World Series. And you don't disagree with that, right?
And you still likely have a top 5, if not top 3, farm system, even trading
This
top
is
3
why,
or 4 guys.
This is why all those hits for the Orioles, this is what you do with it now.
It couldn't work out more perfect for them if that's the route that they choose.
What would Dave Dombrowski do if he were the GM of the Orioles?
He would make the trade.
And then he'd go to Lady Jane's and get a haircut, right?
Yes, because it's wicked awesome. That's what you get at Lady Jane's. They got fantastic stylists, open 7 days a week. So walk in anytime, get yourself a cut. I know Neil got himself cut before this show. He looks great. You two can come in. They got locations all over the country. Just go to any Lady Jane's locations. Walk in anytime. It is wicked awesome. And Neil, the Ally Challenge? Do you want to tell them about the Ally?
Guys, that's right. The Ally Challenge is back up at Warwick Hills Golf and Country Club in Grand Blanc. It is a good time. It is a party. Hole number 17 is unlike any other atmosphere in golf. They got the $2 birdie beers going on. They got concerts going on after play. It is a legit party up there. You might even hear a familiar voice announce it on the 18th green. Who knows? Ally Challenge. Everybody go to allychallenge.com. Oh, by the way, you can see some of the best golfers in the world as well. allychallenge.com.
Congratulations to the real coach of the year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of. And guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody!
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Try out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
It's a new year. Let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts. They're professional technicians. They take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They got 24/7 professional monitoring, so call them anytime, day or night, and know that Guardian team members will stay on the phone as long as needed. They got technology backed by people, so your safety and your security deserve technology that's been proven to work and people have been proven to care. So who do you call? Call 1-800-STAY-OUT. What's that number again? Call 1-800-STAY-OUT. Guardian Alarm, baby.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. We're talking a lot of Tigers because the trade deadline is tomorrow, and after tomorrow, guess what?
It's over.
It's over. And yes, I know the Lions have. We're gonna get into the Lions in the second hour. We're gonna get into Lions in the second hour. We're gonna talk about the Taylor Decker situation. We're gonna talk about Broder. And talk about it with Broder, and certainly Broder's our big Lions guy here. And I'm disappointed, kind of, because I expected a little more pushback from you, Broder, but we are closer than we thought.
I told you that, though. You didn't
salty
listen.
pork chops. Broder, do you trade Scooble to Boston for Marcelo Mayo and Roman Anthony?
No.
More.
It's a compelling start. I need 1 or 2 more prospects.
Yeah, I would.
They're a little farther away. Also, they're less incentivized to move Marcelo Meyer. That's their future. And they're a young team that's playing well. But they aren't World Series favorites, even if they get Scooble right now. Granted, they would love to have Scooble in their rotation for the next 2 years. And that's part of what Scott Harris needs to be putting in the ear of Mike Elias with the Orioles. Hey, all right, you don't want to do this trade? I'm talking to Brian Cashman. I'm talking to the Red Sox.
This is out of nowhere, and I love it, and I'm going to read it. Brandon Dillinger says, just got my Chinese bootleg Thon Maker jersey in the mail.
So random.
That's elite.
You're right.
Pistons or Bucks? Which
Thon Maker.
Yeah.
Was Thon Maker on the South Sudan team that almost upset Team USA? Is he on South Sudan?
I don't know.
Am I making that up? Oh.
You're probably making it up. Somebody also wanted to ask you, what's the most embarrassing thing that happened to you when you were on the mound pitching?
It was probably the very first game that I ever pitched. I was
Michigan?
At Michigan. We were playing Lipscomb down in the tournament with Coastal Carolina.
Yeah.
A couple other really good teams. I came in. I got 1 out. I came in with the bases loaded. I hit the first batter. I walked the second batter.
Damn.
I gave up a single to the next batter, a line drive out the very next batter, and there were bases loaded. I hit the next guy to walk a run in.
Jesus.
And I think the most embarrassing part probably was the wild pitch that I threw the first time I threw a ball in warm-ups when going out on the mound. I was nervous.
I know that skipper was pissed off.
I will never forget that feeling. It's like, man, I'm finally here. Oh, boy. I just sailed that to the left.
Yeah.
MLB trade rumors. Padres hoping to add a starter have discussed Jack Flaherty with the Tigers.
Flaherty, you have to.
Percent chance he makes that start tonight.
44%.
And a red arrow next to it.
Right.
Because that's where I'm legit less 49-51 and dropping by the moment.
Yeah.
If I'm another team, I don't want him making that start. I'm trying to get it done before.
Yeah.
I'm the Tigers.
He's had interest
We got a
on that.
bullpen day scheduled for tomorrow. Like we need someone to log these
but
innings.
hey, man, make a push.
The
Make
worst-
a playoff push.
The worst thing that the Tigers can do right now is nothing. You have to move Flaherty and as many or all of your 1-year contracts as you can. You have to.
Woodward Sports chat thread. You can say what you want. Maeda had one of his best outings yesterday in a long time. Yep, and they got 1 hit.
Right. Missed me on the Maeda.
By the way,
They need starters. They need relievers. They need everything. Sorry, Thon Maker.
Thon Maker not on the wasn't on the roster this year, but has been in the past.
Got you.
No, it makes sense.
So it's like
He didn't play overseas anything, or he was just chilling?
I guess he
living off
it was
those
decided
royalties?
too late. He tried to appeal, but did not receive FIBA clearance to play in the Olympics.
Okay. So he's just chilling, living off the royalties from that Chinese bootleg jersey royalties, huh?
He is.
Hey, man. Birth certificates don't matter there.
What do you think they said at the factory there in China when the order queue pops up and then there's one for a Thon Maker Pistons jersey? Do you think they emailed them back and said, "Oh, thank you very much for your order. We just wanted to double check. You in fact did want a Thon Maker Pistons jersey, right?"
I mean, in South Sudan, he's pretty big. So, I mean, I guess, it might be, you're a big fan of him. I mean, it's kind of cool seeing a guy from the country. But, wouldn't be the first guy you'd think of to get your Chinese bootleg jersey. I wonder how much it's going for.
$58.
Ooh.
It's $58 for a bootleg Thon Maker jersey?
Yep.
That seems kind of high.
That seems really high.
I'll take 2.
Hey, they're sold out on Fanatics.
Are they?
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Sticks in the building. You want a Home Man Road stick?
Well, it's sold out because they printed one of them, and Thon Maker bought his own jersey
and the
just
guy,
to remember the
and
good
the guy in our
days.
chat just bought it. So, so that's it. That's all
listen,
the
this is
stuff.
coming from a guy who bought a Darko Milicic Hemo Farm jersey back in the day,
Come
on.
Oh,
Y'all can clown me off. That
Darko signed a $20 million contract in the
left-handed
league.
Kevin Garnett, I was told.
Man.
I was told!
Left-handed KG. Come on, man.
He was 10-6 one year in the league for an entire season,
Yeah,
man.
he would have been a great 28th overall pick.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. But Hemo Farm.
He
Solid
wasn't
squad, letting
Michael
a 14-year-old
Olowokandi.
Darko put up 4 points a game, and that gets you the number 2 overall pick in the league. Awesome.
Should have took Melo.
I'm not holding on to that or anything.
Or Wade or Bosch.
Should have took Melo 248.
Wade was the pick.
Let's go Red Wing Sparty. The 5-year-old making that jersey doesn't know who Thon Maker is to question.
That's crazy.
That's probably true though.
No, it's big facts.
John Fisher. I didn't know we traded Carson Kelly already. Oh, by the way, before we cut to the break,
Hey.
the thank you Carson Kelly post on social media. Can we talk about that for a minute?
If you would like.
I didn't even know that was a thing. For real?
Man hit 224, hit 8 home runs his entire time here.
They
There's
really did a thank you post?
The thank you should be to Scott Harris. I mean, I don't care. I know you have a problem with people thanking. I honestly could care less about the Carson Kelly, but for Scott Harris to pull that rabbit out of a hat and get anything.
Yeah, he got 2 lottery tickets
Yeah.
for it. Do you know what that was
Yeah.
equivalent to? That was like when Joe Dumars traded Mateen Cleaves and got John Barry, like a living
Yeah.
person,
Yeah.
and a draft pick.
Fair, yeah. The fact that they got something
Shout out
out
John
of Carson Kelly, who was
And
nothing
I don't disagree.
last year.
And like Flannel's like saying, "Oh, he's whether you like it or not, Neil, he was a serviceable catcher." That's not the point. The point of it is we got to thank somebody for 224 and hit 8 home runs.
Yeah.
You don't
Like a social media thank you post.
It's a little weird.
It's just for the views.
Yeah,
That's all they care about. Coming
You
from
know what was the thank you? The 1st and the 15th of every month. That was the thank you. Hey, thank you for hitting 224 and 8 home runs. 1st of the month, 15th of the month. You cash your checks and get on.
2.5 mil divided by. Yeah, hey, he's going to go be a backup catcher in Texas,
Yeah.
and they got 2 breathing players.
Yep.
Okay, can we chat poll that one?
Yeah.
Do you like thank you posts from teams when guys leave?
Depends on the guy.
Yeah.
Do you like that they put it? Okay, let's change it back.
Yeah, it's too vague.
Did you like the thank you post for Carson Kelly? Do you feel Carson Kelly deserved a thank you post?
Neil, at least they didn't come out and pull a Carson Kelly home run montage out and act like he was like this all-worldly catcher. At least they just gave him like a picture, and it wasn't anything more extended than that. Like, imagine if, Pudge was traded. There would be a whole cornucopia of social media posts because he was actually good and did stuff for the city. Because it was Carson Kelly, you just got a picture and thank you. That graphic takes like 2 seconds to make.
They did a whole doc for Miggy, so it's like, come on, man.
That's a little different.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point, though. Like,
yeah.
All right. Lems313. Thank you. Posts are Midwestern polite. They are.
It's like the Dan Dickerson thing. What you want them to do? I mean, it's Tigers PR. They got to do something. Like,
and that's
what you want them to do?
I walk in those shoes too, man.
Yes, what you want them to do.
I do that. Where are we at here?
I'm gonna tell you about Swiss. I think.
Oh, Swiss. All right.
Swiss.
Swiss insurance, I would think.
Yeah, exactly. Because now more than ever, Neil, it's critical for you to have your insurance reviewed. Swiss Insurance, they'll make sure that your carrier is not slipping in extra fees. So call Mark at Swiss Insurance today. That's 313-530-1698. SwissINS.com. Go check out Swiss Insurance.
Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Try out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
The Great American Chevy Week is back and bigger than ever at Feldman Chevrolet. Choose from the largest inventory of award-winning Chevys, all priced to move for the biggest week of the year. Get this 2024 Silverado for only $213 a month, or this 2024 Equinox for as low as $249 a month. Feldman takes the Great American Chevy Week to another level. Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody! Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week, walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Join the best youth football league in Metro Detroit, the Boys and Girls Clubs of Southeastern Michigan's 3C Sports League. They offer youth ages 5 to 14, 6 exciting teams to choose from in Detroit, Belleville, Highland Park, and East Points. All coaches are trained, certified, and undergo background checks. There's football option. There's a cheer option as well. You can go to bgcsm.org. Equipment, meals, and transportation included, all for a chance to play for a championship at Ford Field for just $175 per child. Put the youth back in youth sports with BGCSM 3C Sports. All right, hour number 2, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Matt Broder in for DMAC. Talking a little baseball here today. We're going to wrap this thing up. KG, Young Justin, Power Neck in the building as well. In the chat, but you can subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel like so many of you do. Jump in there and get your thoughts and share them with Detroit's #1 sports network by any metric. Crazy Clown, I want to keep Flaherty. Okay, guys, for the last time before we ride off here.
Yeah.
You can trade him and then just sign him back if you want.
Exactly.
Like, that is allowed.
If you want him that bad.
Like, look at all these holes that we were talking about that this lineup has. Do something. Acquire talent. Because with a Cy Young winner, you're 3 games under 500 and 9-1 to make the playoffs, even though I was told they're so close. When they sit 5.5 back of the wild card behind 1, 2, 3, 4 teams. And the World Series champions are a game behind you, half a game behind you. That you just helped, by the way.
The way Flaherty's pitching, you're going to get a better prospect than what you would get with the compensatory pick that you get by offering him a contract. So you go take that and then still go try to sign him. If you believe in him, hey, he might shit the bed in the last 2 months with another team, incentivizing him more to come to Detroit for a cheaper contract.
Right.
These are all hypotheticals. The point is you got to take your chance when you got a pitcher pitching as well as he is right now. We're talking the #2 pitching target out there in the major leagues behind Tarek Skubal, because Garrett Crochet's out of the mix now because he's demanding the world.
Did you catch his act, by the way? He says he's open to being traded as long as he gets a contract extension, and if he doesn't get the extension, he won't pitch in October.
Yeah.
Damn.
Not going to pitch in the bullpen. Not going to do this. Not going to do that.
And that's the leverage he has.
Yeah.
He does. And I don't blame him.
I don't either.
I don't blame him.
You pitched in college. There was a time you probably thought you were going to the major leagues.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Yeah. I still hold on to. No, I'm past that now.
Yeah, like Javi, you'll be back.
He's only making $850K a year. He's good enough to get locked up to a long-term extension. He's got injuries. He's on a pitch routine, a pitch clock for the season. So he's trying to make sure he's healthy so he can go get a bag, which he will get as long as he's healthy. Can you imagine him though out in LA if hypothetically he gets traded to the Dodgers and he's got to be in a locker room and tell Kershaw, Shohei, Mookie Betts, all these guys, hey, go ahead, enjoy the playoffs. I'm just going to sit in the dugout and watch.
I know.
His trade value got cut in half, minimum. So is that where we came from, Flaherty? He's now the most available, the top pitcher available. Right now.
It is pretty wild. We have the Olympics on in the studio. And before we go to the break, because I just wanted to ask the question, can anybody tell me when the breakdancing is on TV?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out too. I want to see what that's going to look like.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Is this the first year that they have breakdancing?
I think so, yeah.
Broder, yes or no? Would you watch breakdancing?
It's an Olympic sport.
Yes, I would watch it. No, I don't think it's a sport. It puts sports. It's disrespectful to real sports.
Who are you to say it's not a sport? No, I'm talking.
Do they have a piece of cardboard on the floor when they do
That's what I want to know. Like,
can anybody shed some light on this?
What's the logistics? What does this look like? If there's no boom box and no cardboard, then I'm out.
It's the presentation part of it. Is it like figure skate? Because I would do that. If I were in it, I would have KG come out in front with the boom box with the headband on.
Yeah.
And the Adidas tracksuit.
Grandmaster Flash on the ones and twos.
He would do my intro live.
I would.
Grandmaster Flash is still with us, right?
He is.
Okay.
As far
is
as
it a battle? Like, is it a country versus country breakdancing battle? Or is it a grade?
Do you challenge the other person?
Right.
Like are you all in a circle? Like Brazil goes, and then they jump up and they point to Switzerland, and then Switzerland goes, and then they go over and point to Canada.
I would watch that.
How does it work?
We need the answers to these questions.
The Tigers did make a trade, by the way.
Brendan Harris, yes to watching breakdancing.
Another trade.
Nothing big though.
We have an update?
Nothing big
Breaking
though.
news?
They traded for
breaking.
Is it confirmed?
It's not breaking, but it's news. It is confirmed.
Okay, cool.
By who?
By Woodward Sports. It's from Evan Petzold. I mean,
okay.
This has been.
If it's Evan, you're good.
Yeah.
Detroit Tigers have acquired right-handed relief pitcher Ricky Vanesco from the Dodgers for cash considerations. If you do not remember, he let up 3 earned runs against the Tigers and didn't even complete an inning of work in the series that we played against them.
Welcome to the
throw like 100. Was he upper 90s?
Very big developmental arm for Feder to play with to try to figure him out for the bullpen.
Cool. Yeah, they need. This is one of their needs. They need swing and miss arms in the bullpen. They got some decent relievers. They need swing and miss. They don't have that. They don't have that in AAA either.
All right. Well, back to breakdance.
Yeah,
because the people have some questions. Rack, do you put on a giant gold rope chain?
Must.
Where are we with the giant gold rope chain these days? It's coming back a little bit, right?
I don't think it left. I mean, there's still variations of it. There's not exactly the gold rope chain. There's different variations of it though. Cuban links are really what's in right now. So,
okay, can we spin the block when I come back?
Absolutely.
Okay, because I need an update. Where are we at jewelry wise?
Where are we at jewelry wise?
Jewelry.
The box chain, the herringbone chain.
There are rope chains. They're just different now. They're not like the ones in the 80s and 90s.
Okay. Well, you have some time to marinate on it, KG,
I got
and bring
you.
me
I
up
got you.
to speed.
I got
okay,
you.
because I want to know.
You see Jazz Chisholm's chain out on the Yankees with the Yankees and
How
green
weird
belt.
did it look? How weird did it look when he pops out of the dugout with his jersey untucked and his hat backwards?
Green belt.
Green belt.
You know
there was a segment of Yankee fans.
They
going,
were pissed.
Hell yeah,
off.
they were.
I love it too.
Me too. Me too, man.
Fucking love it.
Me too. I do. Real cream of wheat. What music do they use? I don't know.
It's a good point.
That is a good question.
Real cream of wheat. Do they all have to pick the same song, like perform to the same? I think presentation's part of it. It has to be.
We need the answers, man. We do.
Is that the most
Switzerland not
outlandish
coming
new
out to
sport?
hip hop?
There's some wild sports that have been added. Sports that have been added.
Not the parentheses.
Are we favorites to win the gold medal in breakdancing?
Great.
I don't know.
I'll find out.
Thank you, Justin.
All right, let's do this. Let's take the break. Justin's going to do some recon. We're going to get the groundwork of Olympic breakdancing and get in on it. The most pressing issue I need to know. A, are we favorites to win the gold? B, does it involve a big piece of cardboard on the floor? You got to have the piece of cardboard or it's not real breakdancing.
They not going to give us the cardboard. It's going to be like a mat or some shit. Watch.
KG.
It's going to be like a yoga
There's
mat.
got to be cardboard.
They not going to do it, man.
All right, before we cut to the break, chat poll.
Okay.
Should there be a big piece of cardboard for Olympic breakdancing? I feel like there should be.
It's tradition.
All right.
But maybe that's only in America. Maybe in Switzerland they do their shit different. So
I don't know. Are parachute pants involved? People want to know.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Mark. Now we're at Mark White.
Adidas and K.
Yeah.
Who's going to tell him about Mark White?
That would be me.
All right.
Because you need a new home before you can break dance. You got to have some comfy
when
cardboard.
you move, you'll have a bunch of empty boxes. You can put down the cardboard on the floor and
That's
get after
right.
it.
Get after it. That's what you need first. But first, you need to dream of a new home, and that's where Mark White comes into play. Because if Mark White and Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help, Mark White and his team will pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's right. It says it right above me, too. $5,000. Call Mark White and Associates today at 248-290-8242 or visit them at markwhitesells.com. Again, Mark White at 248-290-8242 to make your dreams come true. We'll be right back after this message.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
So just to get the heated steering wheel, I also had the spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time.
Hey, new car crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine. How? I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar? How? Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at randywisechevy.com.
The Ally Challenge presented by McLaren is back August 22nd through 25th at Warwick Hills and Grand Blanc. Be there for PGA Tour Champions Golf, Family Night, concerts, and more. Tickets start at just $15. Get yours at allychallenge.com today.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola, really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody!
So just to get the heated steering wheel, I also had the spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time.
Hey, new car crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine. How? I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar? How? Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at randywisechevy.com.
Neil Rule here for Feldman Automotive. There's 18 Feldman Automotive dealerships in and around the Metro Detroit area. We know about Feldman Chevrolet. They are Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer right there in Novi. But did you know all brands are represented? You want a Ford, you want a Kia, whatever kind of car you want, all you have to do is this. Go to feldmanauto.com. You can even start the car buying process right there on your computer. They're not messing around. They're going to get you your car and get you a great deal and get you on their way. It's feldmanauto.com. All right, keeping it pushing. This breakdancing chat has caught fire. As I figured, I suspected it might.
Yeah.
Neil Rule, Matt Broder in today for DMAC. We have KG. We have young Justin. Power Neck's in for Spenny, who's out in Colorado, hiking the mountains and drinking Don Julio.
Yeah, he's having a time out there.
As only Spenny can.
Neil, not to feed your ego too much, but I don't know of many, definitely not in this town, I don't know of many around the country that can get the kind of response to breakdancing that you just did.
No, I think it's something that we haven't talked, no one talks about it, but people remember it, I'm sure. Like Byrne, before anyone says breakdancing's not a sport, remember horse dancing's an Olympic sport. And the horses don't even get a medal. That is kind of grim.
Yeah. I didn't know horse dancing was a sport.
Was that? Yeah. There's tons of that.
You seen Snoop commentate about it? There's a clip of him talking about the horse dancing. He commentates it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's a pretty electric color commentator.
Absolutely.
He is.
No doubt. But hey, we put young Justin on it, and he delivered. The USA overwhelming favorite for the men's breakdancing gold medal, Victor Montalvo is a just about 2-1 favorite, prohibitive favorite.
All right, shout out Victor.
Yeah, that's right. Victor, get it in. Philip Kim is the second choice of Canada.
Break a leg, Victor.
So he's about 3.5 to 1. Then
Canada getting in on it. Okay.
3 of the top 6 favorites for the gold medal are USA. That is in the quote B-Boys battle.
Why is it called the B-Boys battle?
No word if Grandmaster Flash will be the master of ceremonies.
He should
no
be.
word if Shownuff will be presenting the medals. Let's spin over to the quote B-Girls battle in Olympic breakdancing.
Oh my God.
China's Liu Qingyi is just about a 4-1 favorite for the gold medal.
She sounds like she know how to dance.
If you're USA ride or die, USA, Logan Elena Edra is 13-1, the highest ranked U.S.
Shout out Logan.
There you go.
Go get that gold, girl.
B-girls battle.
Hey, you would let her do you wrong.
Right. Fucking crazy.
Joseph Campbell, I was a break dancer. The cardboard is iconic. So there's that out there as well. Zebra dancing, too. Years and years of training. You didn't actually do that.
No.
You don't believe that, do you, Broder?
I don't. I've never heard of it.
No word on the cardboard.
Do we know when it's on? Should the station do a watch party?
Yes.
I'll find out.
I'll look.
Okay. Somebody let me know when it's on. If I'm in town, I might be in town because I was told I'm not allowed to go on vacation by Matt today earlier in the chat.
Matt Kruger. We need Spenny and Easy to do a breakdancing competition of their own on heavyweights.
Yes.
Pre-qualifier battle, August 9th.
Okay.
Friday.
For the
Friday.
women.
What time?
That's for the women.
August 10th for the men?
August 10th for the men. 2 o'clock on Saturday for the men, 10 a.m. Friday for the women. So you're going to be able to throw that on.
Yeah.
Well, you got a 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. for qualification. The finals are from 2 to 4. So you got over 4 hours of this.
Qualifying will be on during the show on Friday.
Yeah, I'm
August
with it.
9th.
We tapped in.
We're in.
We tapped in. Hey, let's get it.
We'll carry some of it as live as we can.
Yeah.
We'll have live commentary. So whoever's in Friday, if that's Flannel or whoever, Women's Olympic breakdancing recap. When news breaks, we break in.
What stats Flannel's going to pull for that one?
What stat could you pull?
Right.
World ranking, you know.
Okay. Oh, there was some Lions news, by the way.
Yeah.
Today in camp. Taylor Decker is locked up long term, in terms of, a guy pushing 30 can be. But Taylor Decker's locked in. Broder, the initial kind of reactions to it, we have terms. Was it 3 years, $60 million?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
$20 million a year.
$20 million a year. I believe, 30.1 of it is guaranteed. So, all in all, it's a little more, if you want to get granular, it's maybe a little more juice than I would have liked to see.
It's technically an overpay, yes.
Technically, but I'm not going to sweat about it.
No. And we'll see how it's, truly structured when it comes out. I know he was one of the higher cap hits on the team going into this year, so how they use what's left over or what's created, you like to think that's more money available for the Ellie McNeils or Hutches or whoever the next homegrown extension is. But nonetheless, looking at it from an on-field perspective, this keeps that offensive line, your left and your right tackle, at least intact for the next 3 years. I guess that pairs them up, too, with Graham Glasgow's contract. So there's going to be a little continuity. I wonder how much it says to, or if anything, to Giovanni Gio Manu. Did they expect him to be ready, in a year and a half, 2? And he's a little farther away from that, they're finding out. And so this locks in Taylor Decker.
Yeah.
Does this feed into the Tristan Wirfs negotiations down in Tampa? Put a little more pressure on them? I don't know, but if you're going to reward someone who's been with the Lions for 9 years, it's Taylor Decker.
No, and it's fair. Again, I'm not going to sweat it.
Yeah,
all in all, it's cool. I see some people kind of giving me grief about that. What I do like what they're able to do, just kind of my initial perusement from the fine folks at Spot Track, the deal seems to be kind of backloaded in terms of cap hit because it looks like he's only going to be a $3.9 million cap hit next year.
Ooh, beautiful.
So
that's strategic.
You're talking under 1.5% of your cap for next year. So that makes me like it a little more.
Yeah.
Just because you're getting some kind of flexibility. And look, the Lions are no different now. And I've talked about this since the beginning when Brad Holmes stepped on the scene and they drafted Penei Sewell and things immediately changed. They are in a position now in the league where they are one of the good teams, one of the Super Bowl favorites, one of the Super Bowl contenders in the National Football League. So they are doing those things that we would always see other teams do that we couldn't do, i.e., you sign Taylor Decker and you backload it and you deal with it later. Guys, this is as window as it gets.
Yeah.
They are open. for business.
Yep.
And again, if I look at it in a vacuum and see what they're doing, I don't have a huge problem with it. Only 30-ish million of it's guaranteed. All in all, it's rock solid.
Yeah. This is what they do. He's part of this identity. And whether you are a believer in paying for your identity, paying a veteran who is maybe on the second leg of his career, I don't know if he's in his prime or he's still a very, very good left tackle. Maybe not top tier, but he's in that next group. So it matches up with Jared Goff's contract. So when their contracts are up, assuming nothing gets restructured, it's just continuity with this offensive line. I love what they're doing on the interior, what they drafted, who they brought in with the UDFAs. The question marks I have are depth at tackle. At least this locks in a starter for the next couple of years. I like Decker. Might as well give it to him.
John Fisher, Decker is the glue to the offense. When he misses games, our O-line is drastically less capable. I would say that Ragnow is the glue to the offensive line.
Facts.
He's the all-pro
But
guy.
Decker is important.
No, they're all important.
Yeah.
Catspot has jumped in.
Oh, of course he has. That's a dumb take.
The deal shows the Lions overpaid Penei Sewell. It's absurd to pay a right tackle $25 million a year. Catspot, again, I know the nuance flew right over your head right there.
Right.
But you know what this is, right, Catspot? You know what this is.
Mm-hmm.
They're keeping Decker because when you put it together, $45 million a year for Sewell and Decker seems to be pretty good, Catspot.
Absolutely.
Does it not?
Best tackle duo in the league, like Justin said on the last show. And then you're prepping yourself for maybe re-signing Aleem McNeil next year. So,
which Brad Holmes intimated on that said the time has come for that. No, but we got some more Lions stuff that we are going to get into coming up next on the show. But before we do that, let me talk to you about KDK Law, one of KG's favorites, as a matter of fact. Getting serious, guys. Are you dealing with divorce, child custody, visitation, other family law issues? Are you losing sleep about it? You probably are. So it stands to reason for me that you would want to go with the legal team that has over 10 years of experience. You would want to go with the legal team that has 24/7 availability. What kind of a price tag can you put on that? Your sanity. Think about it, guys. KDK Law, they're right here in Birmingham. You can scan the QR code on the screen. Get your squad together. Get KDK Law on your side. Mention Woodward Sports. KDK Law will pay your filing fee as well. Get your squad together, everybody.
Lawyer
Divorce,
up.
family law, child visitation. KDK Law right here in Birmingham.
So just to get the heated steering wheel, I also had the spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time.
Hey, new car crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine.
How?
I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar?
How?
Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at randywisechevy.com.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Try out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
A great business for over 50 years. You expand, you offer more products to more people. And that's exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. They still offer the same great service that their customers have come to know and trust. So go check them out on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile Road. You can always check them out in Dearborn today or at lesstanford.com. That's Les Stanford Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
All right, keeping it pushing, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Matt Broder in for D-Mac. We have KG, Young Justin, Power Neck is in the building, Sticks running around, and we're doing it here. And we talked a lot about the Tigers trade deadline tomorrow. I want to see some moves made because I want to see questions answered, and there are a ton of them. Shortstop, third base, center field, right field. Those are the headliners. Tell me where they are anywhere in the system. I'll wait. But no, we are getting into the Lions thing, too. We talked about the Taylor Decker thing. And Matt, you and I were talking during the break. And what this tells me about the Lions is what they do well, they draft well, and when they have good players, they don't dick around with them.
No.
Like, they get them done, they get them signed, they get them locked up, and then they keep it pushing. And then, as far as the draft goes this year, you continue to identify talent and you keep it moving. It is legit all you could ask for from any sports organization. For real. Like, there are no games. They're out in front of it. And you talked about it too. Other deals that were going to be done. I'll tell you this. No matter what you think, and the Jordan Love thing is a great example of it. Is Jordan Love a 4% better quarterback in the NFL than Jared Goff?
No. No.
No.
Hard no.
No. Like, no.
Quick no.
You can tell me what you think he might become. Maybe become.
Possibly.
At this stage right now where we are. Is he, because he makes 4% more money every year?
I don't know if he's 4% worse. Like a little bit more. He's got talent, but you're right. He might. Maybe. Hypotheticals. We don't know. And he's getting paid. He's now the highest paid player in the league.
And Goff is a proven commodity.
For 8 years, not 8 games, 8 years.
Dante 151 in the chat. You can't forget it also hurts the 49ers as well because Trent Williams wants more money and he's yet to show up to training camp or to practice. And Dante 151, that drives it. That drives at my point of what I'm talking about, man. Like, the Lions are never dealing with this shit.
No.
All these other teams are. The Lions are not. They identify their talent. They pay them. We keep it pushing. Period. End of story.
And arguably their most important additions, because they draft so elitely, is adding the coaches that they brought in, the developers, the Terrell Williams, the Deshae Townsends, the ability to pivot away from the Aubrey Pleasants or Dre Bly's. Not that they are bad coaches, but they're not right for this team at this point in time. They're identifying the right guys, like you said, and then putting the right pieces around them, both on the field and in their rooms, their respective positional rooms. I can't find another team in the NFL operating like this. I'm not calling for a Super Bowl or anything, but we look at the 49ers, who've had arguably the most stacked roster for the last couple years, consistently in the NFC Championship game. They're not dealing with these holdouts, the Ayuks, the Trent Williams of the world, because this didn't happen so organically as it did with Detroit. They got money now, and this Decker deal is part of that bigger picture.
Just a fan, Easy will give us a Jordan Love contract breakdown on the heavies. Well, I have it right here, as a matter of fact. It's pretty simple, actually. 4 years at $220.
Yep.
160 of it is guaranteed. There's a potential out after 2026 that would leave the Packers with $52 million in dead cap. And, he probably juiced, like that little gap we're talking about between Jared Goff and him, he probably took that and took less term. That'd be my guess. That's my best guess, is Jordan Love wants to be a free agent at age 30. That's what he wants. He's kind of betting on himself a little bit. He probably could have angled for a couple more years of term, took a little more with a little less term, and then he's gambling on it.
Yeah.
And then the Packers, I think, were gambling on it a little bit because that tells me if they have the out after 2026, all sides have their bases covered there. Jordan Love gets to go to free agency if it works out well. If he's a bust, the Packers have an out in 2 years. That's what it tells me. That's kind of my reading of it.
Yeah, and a lot of their weapons, especially on offense, were outside of the first round. So their contracts are going to be coming up. They don't have a fifth year. They'll be coming up in that 2026 timeframe too. Easy will also mention that Jared Goff is only good because of Ben Johnson or because of this and that. But then turn around and say that Matt LaFleur is the better head coach than Dan Campbell, but not associate that with Jordan Love. There are a lot of pieces in place for the Packers to be consistent contenders with the Lions in the NFC North. We just haven't seen them put it together for a whole season.
And for the record here, because I'm seeing this, and there's one or two regular perpetrators of it, I will not address it, and we will not discuss it. Like the Goff is mediocre, like that's over and it's dead. It's over and it's dead. I will never talk about that again. I will not do like the other networks do and just stir it up if I have to get calls or to get interaction, stuff like that. A, I'm good enough to do it where I don't have to do that. And B, like I'm not doing that because it's dishonest.
Mm-hmm.
That's dead. If you can't see that now, then I can't help you anymore. I would ask you, what do you need? What do you need? That would be my question.
All right.
And there is no answer to that because he's done everything. If you want to ask something, I do have one question. These quarterback contracts do make me ask one question. What the hell? Where is Patrick Mahomes' agent at? In space? Like, where is he?
Still living off that 10-year deal.
I mean, I think he's just gonna milk that for as much term as he can and just get some kind of kind of deal we've never seen before, where ownership or partial ownership of the teams involved. I don't know all the rules of the contracts in the NFL, but he's playing the long game with this, and he knows, hey, just put a couple pieces around me.
Yeah.
He's got part ownership in the Royals. You know, his wife's got the Kansas City soccer team, football team.
Now, if he's doing like the Tom Brady thing, where he's like,
I think so.
I'm cool. Get me guys around me. And it's funny too because, and we need to get comfortable with this because somebody in the chat said you see the cap kind of starting to choke out the 49ers. It already choked out the Chiefs, and they just kept it pushing.
Yeah.
Like, they traded Tyreek Hill. Mm-hmm. Could you imagine if we traded Amon-Ra St. Brown? Could you imagine how this town would be?
Right.
Could you imagine that? They did that.
And
still got back.
And still got back. And
crazy.
Still cashed it in. You know what I'm saying? So maybe there is that angle to it with Patrick Mahomes.
Well, sorry to interrupt. Gentlemen, you're having a great conversation. I sat down because we were talking about Brad Holmes, and I wanted to comment on that. But to Patrick Mahomes, do you know why they drafted CEH?
Clyde Edwards-Helaire?
Yeah. You know why they drafted him?
Why?
Patrick Mahomes single-handedly pointed him out of that draft and said, this is what we need for the offense. And that was their deciding factor in bringing that gentleman to the team. What has he provided for the team since he was the only first-round draft pick running back that year? Ahead of Jonathan Taylor.
Nothing.
Right. Not a damn thing.
Absolutely nothing. So Mahomes may be like, all right, you guys did what I asked. Maybe
GM
I'll
is
shut the hell up and I'll let you guys be the GM.
Right.
So like maybe that has something to do with it with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. No, it could be.
This is what happens when you try to let the players run the team. It did not work out. CEH was supposed to be a weapon. No, sir. No, sir. But back to Brad Holmes. Just the genius of Brad Holmes. Sorry to revert back to the beginning of this conversation. But I equate Brad Holmes to like that husband that always one-ups and pisses off all the other husbands. It's like, you're a good guy, right? I'm treating my wife right. I got food on the table. Kids are taken care of. But the guy down the street, Brad Holmes, just keeps one-upping me every time. I have a birthday party where they have one bounce house. He has a birthday party where they're renting out the whole hangar of planes with bounce houses.
From where would he get the bounce house?
Shout out to the bounce house.
Have slides and all that stuff.
But that's what Brad Holmes is doing by being ahead of the curve. And you're right with the Trent Williams thing. Not only did Panay get paid, Decker now just got paid. And Trent Williams was sitting there like, bro, they've paid 2 linemen before you've paid me.
Yeah.
And look at what happened with Justin Jefferson. Amon-Ra got paid. Now all of a sudden Justin Jefferson's like, what the hell's going on? They paid him. And he's getting everybody at a bargain because he's first in. And it's ironic because it's cheaper for him to do it this way, but he looks like the better GM by doing it the cheap way. The guy can't miss.
Wild.
And by the way, happy birthday.
There
Happy
you go.
birthday, Brad Holmes.
Shout out.
I love you. I love you. Thank
And
you.
let's cut the shit.
Yeah. Oh.
How about that? After Trent Williams, that 49ers offensive line is nothing to write home about. And Trent Williams has all the leverage. They got some problems out in San Francisco. They may solve them in the short term, but this isn't going to go away. You can't do that with the Bosa contract and how they're paying all these other guys. Christian McCaffrey's not going to be CMC for the rest of his career. There's going to be regression at some point. I can't find the year when the Detroit Lions start to slow down. Like, the future is bright. I don't know when it ends. We know they're going to go have an epic draft class again next year at pick 32.
Maybe at the end of the golf contract.
Pardon?
I said maybe at the end of the golf contract.
Yeah.
Because that's where your major questions are coming up. His contract's up. Decker's contract's up. I'm sure there'll be other people up. So, yeah, it's probably one of
It's a masterclass.
Yeah.
And I think interesting, too, is out of all the guys that got paid in the highest top 10 annual now of quarterbacks, aside Mahomes, you can make an argument Jared Goff's got the best resume out of that group. I mean,
100%.
Only guy that's been to a Super Bowl.
And Power Neck, that goes back into what I was talking. Like, for the people that are like, I can't help you anymore. Like, you're displaying your ignorance now. If you're still on that train, like, that is over. That is over, and it is dead and gone. Because you are factually correct. Who's done more?
I mean, you look at it, he's had 2 quality seasons, over 4,000 yards of passing, 30-some touchdowns last year. And again, you sign back 2 of his tackles in the O-line, setting him up for success. I think this offense runs
cheaper
really well
than
with
Jordan
him.
Love. He's cheaper than Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
He's cheaper than Dak Prescott.
And done more than everybody you just named.
He's about to be cheaper than Purdy.
Right.
So, we're done.
Yeah,
like, that's
we're done.
over with.
How about, doesn't it feel to you like this new defense, this secondary in particular, it's built to defend guys like Jordan Love, guys like Caleb Williams? I won't go the J.J. McCarthy route. But
Caleb Williams is
that was the biggest vulnerability in the last several years, maybe historically with the Lions. It's a semi-mobile quarterback. Now we're talking about having Emmanuel Mosley or Enos Rakestraw or Meek Robertson, like these guys in the slot with the Terrion and Carlton Davis and Brian Britt. It's 4 quarterbacks like that, which is the future of the league. It's not Goff. Goff does it a different way, but they've managed to pay Goff, keep the number 1 offensive line in the league, keep everyone happy. I don't even know how it's possible. Not to be too much of a slappy, but they've done it so crisp.
Patrick Mahomes, by the way, a $37 million cap hit this year.
Oh, jeez.
But next year, the quote-unquote heavy lifting starts with his deal. He's a $66 million cap hit, then a $69 million cap hit, then a $65 million cap hit. So it does go up. It's just for me, man, like, I'm looking around 45 mil per, man. I know it's a 10-year deal, but
yeah.
Real talk, KG. Would that bother you a little bit low-key?
Not really. Because like you said, he's probably going to have ownership in the Chiefs when this is all said and done. Like, there's more to this deal than meets the eye. So,
show him the rings. Show him the rings, man. That's all he's got to do.
Really, he just wants to keep Travis Kelce. He should try to keep Travis Kelce around as long as possible.
Yes.
This is, I can't believe I'm even going to say this, but the Taylor Swift effect, just from a marketing standpoint, what Mahomes can get with more eyes on him to balance it out. But real quick, if Trent Williams doesn't play for the 49ers or holds out or something, what is that offensive line?
I don't know. And people are saying, like Catspot was on there saying he's 36 years old. The Niners aren't giving him.
Yeah, he said he doesn't have leverage. I'm like, that offensive line is nothing without him.
The 49ers are running out of time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They are running out of time quickly. He has all the leverage in the world right now. All of it. I will not play.
And he's one of the best tackles in the league for years on end. Like, come on.
And his beef right now, he's still under contract for the next 3 years for right around $100 million. His beef right now is he just wants some money up front, which I don't see what the issue would be with it. Like, rework the books and go. He has all the leverage. I will not play until I get my check. Good luck.
Yeah.
You know my agent's number. I will not play. Are you better off without me or are you better with me? Because we don't have many more kicks at this, man.
Yeah.
Oh, like you brought up last week. $26 million over the cap next year.
Next year, dude.
The time's ticking. They're a ticking time bomb, and they're about to get blowed up next year.
And in the back of your mind, before we go to the break right now, remember this. Like with the Lions, like when we come on here and we talk about, because we got some pushback about the Super Bowl or bust stuff for the Lions. Remember this discussion we just had about the 49ers, that we had about the Chiefs. Now, do I think Brad Holmes can retool it the way the Chiefs did? Because how did the Chiefs do it? They murdered the draft. Murdered. They had 6-round defensive backs starting in the Super Bowl and balling. So as that sits right now, remember this discussion. When I tell you it's Super Bowl or bust, we're in the window now. The 49ers window is closing.
Yes, sir.
So
Like the Bills.
remember the stakes, everybody. It's big.
And how quickly it can go away. How quickly.
At the snap of a finger, man, it can be over. Who? What do we got? Randy Wise?
Yep. So how would you like to play the University of Michigan golf course with Braylon Edwards? That's right, the University of Michigan golf course. Go blue with Braylon Edwards. It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. Register today, and you could round off our foursome at woodwardsports.com or scan the code on the screen. When it comes to your next car or truck, you got to make the wise decision. That's going to Randy Wise Automotive.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Try out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
The Ally Challenge presented by McLaren is back August 22nd through 25th at Warwick Hills and Grand Blanc. Be there for PGA Tour Champions Golf, Family Night, concerts, and more. Tickets start at just $15. Get yours at allychallenge.com today.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda. A chef for Lola, really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody! Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week, walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza is taking over Michigan, known for their quality hand-battered and hand-breaded chicken tender sandwiches and New York-style pizza. But don't forget about them biscuits, too, okay? They're tasty, especially on a cheat day. Locations are popping up all over Metro Detroit, doubling the number of restaurants this year, and they just had a grand opening in Madison Heights. Be sure to stop in and try a mega station near you or go to www.sorokis.com, www.sorokis.com.
All right, keeping it pushing, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, Matt Broder in for D-Mac. And of course, we have KG, Jesus in the house. We also have Power Neck in the building. How you getting along, Power Neck? How you like being in the chair?
It's good, man. You know, could use a little more back support, but no, it's good. It's good to be here.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
horrible.
That chair has terrible back support. Every time I leave the TD booth, my back is killing me.
All
so.
the chairs in here. Cough, cough.
I don't know. Not this one. This one's pretty comfortable.
Well, duh.
Cat Spot talking about Trent Williams. You understand he's still under contract, right? For the next 3 years, Cat Spot. You understand that, right? All he wants is some money up front. That's what he wants.
Look, let's cut the shit. Let's stop. You know,
Ooh,
let's
we got some
not
people usually
stop
online.
entertaining ridiculous stuff like Cat Spots. Like Trent Williams is top 3 offensive tackle in the league. Like he should get paid like
one
it.
of the
I
all-time
think
greats.
this speaks to also a little bit, not to be a slight, but it speaks to the Lions organization, the front office being on the same page for once. Years past, we haven't been able to get guys signed. We haven't been able to, agree to a number, but it's like they come in, they have a number, and it's like they just get guys signed and done. You don't see training camp holdouts. And again, it brings to a continuity, especially if you're a team in a Super Bowl window. You don't have time to be dicking around with your best players, missing time because, they're not, getting financially, paid.
Your window is closing as we speak.
Yeah.
Woodward Sports chat thread. No one is signing a 37-year-old left tackle who didn't play football the previous season. There will be a line out the door, Cat Spot. Come on, man.
We'd sign him. I'd sign him. Shit.
Yeah.
Bring some death.
29 teams.
In a second.
Yeah, 29.
That's a bad take, Cats.
In a second.
Is anything ever a good take with him? Never
How about
heard him
this?
say that. Never heard him
Evan
say that.
Petzold, who we were talking about earlier, from the writer
He's
that
great,
covers,
by the way.
Yeah, he's very good at his job. Other than he went to Central. Other than that, pretty awesome.
Questionable.
I'm kidding.
I know.
Fire down chips.
Petzold.
Fire down.
Here's my mock trade. This was 2 hours ago. Here's my mock trade for Tarek Skubal to the Orioles. Skubal will go for Jackson Holliday, Kobe Mayo, and Connor Norby or Elvin Garcia. And if that's it, I'm in.
Those last two, was it or?
Yeah, I believe
Norby
so, yeah.
or Garcia?
I'm in.
I mean, I'm taking it too.
Yeah.
I wish it was one of the pitchers or Beavers over Norby, who's a power hitting second baseman, a hit first second baseman, which doesn't exactly fit Comerica Park. But if you can get Mayo and Holiday and Norby, you got to take it. You have to.
100%. So, again, the trade deadline is tomorrow. And it's the biggest moment in Detroit Tigers' recent history. It is, man.
It is.
Like that's the way that it is.
That's what I think most people just don't understand. And more people actually, we found out, do. But over the course of the last few weeks.
The chat came through today.
Yeah.
I was a little concerned.
Yeah.
But they were far more open to having this discussion than I figured they were going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, you should now. They way out of it now. Losing to the Twins. Like you said, you need sweeps at this point. So
Neil, deep down, what is your issue with bunting?
Of course. We couldn't get through the whole 2 hours.
I had to
without
ask.
doing it.
This might be 20 seconds, but I had to ask.
I've been waiting for
Otherwise,
this.
everyone be ripping on me for not asking. I'm curious.
Get him, brother. Get him.
All right. I will answer that question after I tell you about Planet Fitness. That's right. The gym game today. Wow. I'll never not be a member at Planet Fitness. There's over 50 Metro Detroit locations. There's over 2,600 of them across the world. $24.99 a month. Get you a black card. You go to any one of them and do anything you want at the Planet Fitness. Use of all the facilities. If you're a cardio person, if you do weights, whatever you do, how do you want it? As Tupac used to say. Well, you got it at Planet Fitness. Go to Planet Fitness and join there, or just pull in the parking lot. You can join there as well. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
The Great American Chevy Week is back and bigger than ever at Feldman Chevrolet. Choose from the largest inventory of award-winning Chevys, all priced to move for the biggest week of the year. Get this 2024 Silverado for only $213 a month, or this 2024 Equinox for as low as $249 a month. Feldman takes the Great American Chevy Week to another level. Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Come to any any Lady Jane's haircuts for men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's haircuts for men. It's wicked awesome.
All right, sports fans, don't miss out on the expert sports injury insights with our own Dr. Jeff Pierce of the Michigan Sports and Spine Center every Tuesday here on Big D Energy. Every Thursday on Ermanni and Edwards, he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that Darren McCarty trusted with his career. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more info, go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com or call 248-426-9944. Dr. Pierce, also powered by MRI of Southfield. All right, final segment of the show, Big D Energy. Neil Rule in for Broder. We have KG, Juzus, and, of course, Power Neck as well. We have all of you in the chat where Art Vandelay goes full legend mode. Says, Cats moves the goalpost more than my wife in an argument. Now, Art, let's not get crazy. That's not possible. I know. I'm married, too.
Yeah.
I know that. All right, you asked me a question.
Yeah. Let's get to it.
Before we went to the break.
Let's cut the shit, Neil.
Let's cut the shit on this. Broder asked me what I have against the bunt. Matt Broder, I've never seen anyone that's more of a simp for bunting than Matt Broder. And here's my problem with it, especially for the Tigers. Here's my problem with it. Okay, Broder, the bunt. Now, you're going to give me an outlying situation where a guy gets a leadoff double in the bottom of the ninth of a tie game.
No.
I'm not.
I won't.
Don't give me that stuff. However, in day-to-day operations, bunting is stupid, and here's something that you can never defend and you can never explain to me. You get 27 outs in baseball. Why would you give one away? Why would you give one away? Why?
Because the current Tigers hitters are giving away outs anyway.
Yeah.
They are that bad at hitting where you get an opportunity to make something happen in an inning, in a certain situation, not that one in particular, but a team that is so incapable of putting together consistent stretches of offense. You do whatever you can to scratch across one run when you can. It's going to be you're not going to score a lot of...
How are they going to scratch across a run? How?
By bunting a guy in second and banking and hoping that some guy's going to hit a single and that guy can score from second instead of two hits to get there.
It really makes sense in extra innings.
It's specifically for this Tiger. You said especially the Tigers. I say especially because this Tigers team. You got to put the pressure on the defense and on the pitcher. There's nothing a pitcher hates more than having runners on base.
There's no pressure on a pitcher going against the bottom third of this lineup. There's no pressure.
There's pressure when there's any runner on base. Everything changes when you're pitching. There are about 6 or 7 different things while you're pitching, you're on a mound, and there's someone on first, second, or third that you have to think about. You have to change your delivery, from the stretch. You have to change how quick you get home to the plate, whether that's a slide step, a full leg kick, 2 looks, 3 looks. There are several different plays that you run. Your catcher's giving you signs, and they affect what each runner, depending on what base he's on, what you have to do as a pitcher. There is just a ton more information that a pitcher has to digest in that moment with a runner on base.
Not if they're mentally strong. If anything,
not many pitchers are mentally strong.
Because Rack says bunts can put pressure on the defense. I think it takes pressure off the defense. It's one less out you got to get.
Not really.
It's one less out. You've given away an out.
It depends on
You're
the
trying
bunt.
to get one run.
But you moved a base runner.
It depends.
That's the thing.
Yeah, and
you moved a base runner. That's the biggest part of it is if you got a guy, if you're struggling to score runs, you got a guy on third, you get a nice bunt type of hit and run situation with the guy on second, could potentially advance them into scoring. So again, you got to get runs any way you can when you're not getting base hits, and most of the guys in your lineup are hitting in the bottom 200s.
Oh, that's interesting because I've seen Javi Baez run the bases before. You enjoy that?
Yeah.
There are good decisions made there all the time. I know he's an elite tagger.
What's stupid? What's stupider, bunting or having Javi swing at sliders all day in the 9th inning?
In the dirt.
I would require Javier Baez to bunt 100% of the time.
Right.
And
he's never bunted in his life.
He should start.
He needs to learn.
He needs to learn.
He needs to learn.
I believe man's got a $150 million contract, and Broder's here telling me he needs to learn.
And that's the problem. with the Tigers.
So you're living in a fantasy land.
No, what?
DNC ENT, bunting is like spiking the ball with 3 timeouts left in the NFL. Exactly.
Not really. It
exactly.
depends. It's situational.
You get 27 outs. That's how there is no clock in baseball. You get 27 outs. That's how the game is measured. You give one away. You're that much closer to losing.
It's situational.
If you're getting one hit, what's the difference?
There was a stat you guys read off on here a couple weeks ago. When the Tigers score 2 runs, when are they like the best? They have the best winning percentage in baseball. When they score 1 run, they're a couple games over 500. They only need 1 run at certain times. Just scratch across 1. Try to manufacture it. Instead of having Javi Baez or Jake Rogers or Bly Madris.
They got 1 hit yesterday.
Exactly.
1.
Exactly.
1.
So they can't even get a guy in base.
You got to have someone on in order to bunt.
Exactly.
Even in your fantasy land.
So if there's a runner on, if you can get that 1 person on base, what can we believe that they were going to get 2 or 3 hits to get him home? No. Maybe if you bunt, you get him to second base, you could get him in with the
I don't know. I'm not in the business of giving my hitters, especially Tiger hitters, less outs to work with when they hit.
See, I think it's specifically these Tigers. I
disagree.
I understand your concept, and it's what I don't want to put you in the group with many. You never want to give away an out. But in certain situations,
but if you bunt, that's what you're doing.
In certain situations, you sacrifice an out to increase your chances at a run. This team can't hit. They cannot. They're one of the worst. They're not the bottom, but we know how bad this offense has been. Yeah. How many games have they just needed 1 more run? Reese Olson, what was he, 0-8 to start the season with a 2 ERA or 1.75, whatever it was? Like, 1 run makes a difference. That's all I'm saying.
We can't sign a hitter because you don't want to block him.
No, they need to sign him.
And they should have. No, KG told me.
I was with KG before the season. That would have made a difference.
You're going to block someone. You're going to block Parker Meadows if you sign an outfielder. Remember? You told me that.
I did.
I
didn't know Parker Meadows was going to the right. Come on now. But I don't understand why you don't do it in extra innings, though. Extra innings, it makes more sense.
Those are the situations. Now, that's different.
You didn't say that.
I did. Did I not just say it at the beginning of the
You
conversation?
said it's stupid, period. Oh, okay.
He did. Just at the very beginning.
You got a guy on second with nobody out in a tie game.
Yeah. They rarely ever do that.
I know, because they're not tied.
Because the team in front of them, they had wanted to.
No, because they only got 1 hit, so they're losing 5-0.
Well, not in extra innings.
Unless Scubo's pitching.
Yeah, not in that situation in extra innings.
Right. Yeah. But that's typically where they're at.
Yeah. I'm with you, though. I mean, I'm not.
Raise the sales. Neil realized he lost, so he switched the combo. Raise the sales. You get 27 outs. How are you better off giving 1 away? Defeat that argument.
Ryan Kreidler in the lineup is giving an out away anyway. Yeah. Might as well have him go up there like this and try to put it down.
Well, then you got bigger problems than a bunt then.
Yes, and that's when I would go back to the trade deadline. Problem. They got a lot of holes to fill.
That's the whole
so you might as well try to get as many prospects back because they got Ryan Kreidler at shortstop.
You can't defeat that statement. You get 27 outs. Why would you give 1 away? Unless it's a guy on second in a tie game in the 9th inning.
Because you're shortening the amount of hits that you have to have in order to score a run. You're shortening the amount of hits. So if you start a guy on first, you bunt him to second.
No, I'm playing a game with 1 less opportunity to get a hit. We're a team that needs all the opportunities they can get to get a hit.
But if you're batting less than 20% of the time, less than 20% of the time, you're getting on base. Don't you think you should try doing something else?
Yeah.
No, because, again, I need the most opportunities I can have to get a hit with this lineup. And it doesn't matter anyway. Because this lineup's awful.
Oh,
and then we celebrate.
You don't want to take the bet out of Javi's hands? Out of Zach McKinstry's hands?
I tell you this, I'm more comfortable in that situation with Javi swinging than bunting. Because he's never done it in his life.
Comfortable with Javi swinging?
Maybe he runs into one and he's back. Then I get tweets that he's back.
Real talk, though.
There is a whole other 2 seconds. A whole other part to this. Bunting is not easy. Like, not everyone can do it. I believe every major leaguer should be able to bunt. And it's maybe a little
He's never bunted in his life.
I think every major league hitter should be able to hit to both sides of the field. If you have a shift on you, unless you're David Ortiz, you should be ashamed of yourself. But that's the way the game is now. Pull hitters, exit velocity.
He's never bunted in his life.
Yeah, dude's got to learn. You should never.
Do you think Mike Trout ever bunted in his life?
Yes.
Yeah,
100%.
He does.
Yes.
Probably not after high school.
Right.
Think of the speed.
And things can happen
Did Albert
during
Pujols
the bunt.
ever bunt? Did Miguel Cabrera ever bunt?
You talk about Albert Pujols and Miguel. Like, come on now. But things can happen during the bunt, too. If you lay a good bunt down, the pitcher can make a mistake. You can have a wild throw. Anything can happen, man.
So then just bunt every time you're up if you're the Tigers.
Absolutely not.
Why not?
Come on now.
So you're talking about you want more opportunities to be able to get a hit, but it's more opportunities to have to get multiple hits versus less opportunity to just get one hit.
No, I'm saying that the Tigers get 27 outs in a game, and if you give one away, you hurt your chances to win. That's what I'm saying.
I don't view it
I
that
can't
way.
get past it.
Yeah. I can't get past the other way.
Okay, you put $27 out.
Yeah.
And just give me $1 for free. And then tomorrow, just give me another $1.
Well, I get the
and then just give me
You
another
might not
$1.
get the $1 for free every
concept,
time.
but that's taking all of the non-statistical, numerical, like hard. It's taking that all out of it. Like, this is a team that has struggled on offense for most, if not all, of this season. We're just talking about scratching across one.
Look at the chat. Look at the chat. Love that.
Oh,
Love
he
to
don't want
see
to
that.
acknowledge the chat now.
The chat knows. Chat knows all.
I know, like Thomas Woodford. Give away an out. You'd never be a baseball manager nor a player. Stick to softball. No bunting in softball.
And that's why AJ Hinch doesn't bunt, because it's true. It does. You give away an out. But this offense, we're talking about the offense of this
and it's
Tigers
pretty
team.
bad.
You're under 500 for a reason.
Right.
You are what your record says you are.
They might as well be bunting with the way they swing
Yeah.
sometimes.
Broder, how do you feel about the pitchers hitting? You probably love that too, right?
As a pitcher, I love that.
It sucks to watch.
It is stupid.
Yeah.
The only time it was cool was like
Mike
in
Hampton.
the late 80s and early 90s when they put the team jacket on when they were standing out
Right,
there.
right.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's
that
true.
was cool. The button-down jacket,
Yeah.
that was cool. Should the Tigers bunt? No.
It's got to be 100%. 84 and climbing.
All right, that's enough. 2 o'clock show is going to get upset. Thanks, Broder. It was fun.
No,
man.
this
It was
is great.
absolutely fun. Thanks to KG, Juices, Power Neck as well. I'm not reading that one, guys.
Yeah.
All right. Just a fan. Bunt, move runner to verse ground out double play, Neil. What is your answer to that?
Forgot about the double.
What's the difference?
Hey, you notice we ain't get no Michigan slander on this show either. He acted different today. He acted different.
What do you mean?
Cool. Just go ahead and
Hey,
the show.
when's a baseball program coming back in Michigan, by the way?
Don't try and do it now.
I know.
There's
There's a fascinating discussion with the college scholarships happening right now.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
I know they're going to tip it more in Michigan's favor.
I don't know. It depends. We got to have that conversation. There's so many elements to this, because if I start talking, it's what time is it? So Ermanni and Edwards, they usually finish like 7-8 minutes early, so to balance it out. I think we're out of time.
But JP 17. So Neil would rather the batter line out or strike out instead of advance a runner. No, JP, I'd rather him get a hit.
But what if they can't? What if they're incapable of it?
As you saw yesterday.
One hit.
They got
Clearly.
one hit.
One hit?
A blind rat finds some
They should've
cheese
just
eventually.
They should just bunted the whole time after the hit, right?
If Beerling got on, they should have bunted him over.
All right. I'm out on vacay for the next week, so I'll be back next Wednesday. So we'll be getting it in. So for Broder and everybody, I'm Neil Roll. Thanks for tapping in. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Well, see you later.